What's up, everyone? Welcome to our Mother's Day edition of UBERFul Life. It is such a pleasure to see everyone. Happy Mother's Day to everybody that's out there. Oh, I have a very exciting show for everyone tonight. Um, Not only will I explain the name of Shoeless Jew and talk about all wonderful different names that we have out there that people choose to put as far as their Uber rides, but I have a very special guest for everyone tonight. That's right. Tonight, the special guest that I have tonight is my mother. Yes, this is a lovely picture of my mother with my kids. My mother is coming on for a special Mother's Day edition because many of you don't know this, but I one time may not have become a field. That is correct. So I'm going to bring on my mom, and she's going to share the story of how we became a field. All right. So let's bring her on.
Hello.
Hello, Mom.
Hi.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, baby.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, child.
How are you?
I'm good.
You're enduring all of this?
No.
No? No, everyone, I want to wish everyone, it's a happy Mother's Day to my mom. Big happy Mother's Day. She's endured 51 years of me. So you know that she's a saint. She is. I know that she remembers. Mom, if you're looking at the screen, do you remember the days when I looked like that?
Yeah, you were cute and nice.
I was cute and nice, wasn't I? Not cute and nice anymore, am I?
And you had a lot of hair.
I did. Oh, by the way, I am wearing a hat. My mom asked me, why am I wearing a hat? Why does I have that on my head? I'm wearing a hat because this is what the quarantine has done to my hair. Mom's hair looks great. So, Mom, I know I'm officially a field, but I know you saved me from something else. Can you share the story of how what my name could have been and why I am a field thanks to you?
Certainly.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Everyone else can too.
Okay. Robert's father's name and my ex-husband was Seymour Finkelstein. And he was an accountant in New York City. And he was told the name of Seymour Finkelstein was not going to get him very far and he should change his name. So he came home and said, we should change our name. And so I opened up the telephone book. You don't have telephone books, but we did 50.
No, we don't have telephone
You
books.
don't have, but we did then. And I went through, I said, let's do an F because her name was Finkelstein, came out with the name Field and said, how about Field? And he said, fine. So we officially changed our name. So Robert would be Robert Glenn Finkelstein, but he really is Robert Glenn Field. And that's the story.
Well, I appreciate that. And I think the story is really funny because I know Finkelstein was probably pretty bad. But Seymour, if it didn't tip you off that you were Jewish, I mean, I guess Finkelstein would have been the closer. But yes, you saved me from being a Finkelstein. Thank you, Mom. Love you.
I love you too. I'll be watching you on live.
And you know what? This is a whole. Yes.
One thing. Yeah. I have to say hello to Angie, Bruce, and Ryan.
and Alex. I think Alex is watching too. He's now.
They're all watching. Bruce called and he said he's watching. What did Robert get you into? He wanted to know.
And by the way, Bruce, you should be happy because if not, you would have been Bruce Jeffrey Finkelstein. So you should be happy for Mom too.
Okay, bye. Love you.
Love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right. So now my mom is now my mom been put back in the waiting room. So I would have been a Finkelstein. Isn't that great? I know. It's wonderful. Things that we're learning about. We are. Now, as an Uber driver, seeing Finkelstein or Field is not actually the strangest thing in the world. Like, when you drive for an Uber driver, you'll get all different types of names of people that are certainly coming into your car, right? And some of them are their real names and some of them are their nicknames. So, there was one time that I got to pick up Silky. Silky is always a nice one. That's always I don't know who Silky would be, but that's a cool little nickname. Another nickname, another person that was really difficult to pick up is when I picked up Asian Symbol. The time that was a weird introduction. I picked them up because like, excuse me, and I showed him the phone. I'm like, is this you? I had no idea what that meant. But the person and the one person that I literally loved picking up the most was Hot Boy. That's right. I got to pick up Hot Boy. Now, I want to let you know first and foremost that I'm a comic. And as a comic, if I'm going to pick up Hot Boy, I really want to know who Hot Boy is. And so as I'm driving to the Walmart to go get Hot Boy, I just want to let you know, after I pulled up and I took a look at them, one, they were not hot. No. And I also want to let you know that I'm not even sure if they were a boy or not. So, yes. So that's the story of Hot Boy. Now, what I would like to do now is we're having a problem with our next special guest. So since we're having a problem with our next special guest coming on, they're having a problem in getting in here. I am now going to tell the story of how I became Shoeless Jew. People always ask me, who is Shoeless Jew? Who is Shoeless Jew? That's the greatest nickname. And to be honest with you, I can't even tell you who Shoeless Jew is because Shoeless Jew is me and my podcast will tell you that. But I will tell you how I became Shoeless Jew. Now, I became Shoeless Jew one day when I was in Brooklyn and I decided I was going to go for a walk. So I went to walk complete in floppy hat, and mandals. That's right. I went to walk in Prospect Park complete with floppy hat and mandals. So as I'm walking through Prospect Park in my floppy hat and mandals, and also, by the way, carrying my softball glove, because you never know who I might run into, I entered the park and I saw these ball fields. Now, as I walked into the park, I saw all these people playing softball on these ball fields. And I asked if I could play. Now, I just want to let you know that I asked if I could play softball with these guys, and they were like, sure. But now, before I went to play softball, remember, I was in my mandals, and they were playing on some wet grass. So instead of playing in my mandals, I decided that I was going to take off my shoes. Now, mind you, all the people at this field, on this great field of Sunday softballers who I've come to know and love, saw me play softball without my shoes on and thought that I was just some sort of goofball. And all these managers and all these players decided that they were going to argue on who was going to be able to pick me up. And I was picked up by one and only Plug Ugly Captain Eric Noodles Bennett. Now, what they did not know is that I was not just a softball player. I played outfield. I had speed. I played shoeless, just like the great shoeless Joe Jackson. I love shoeless Joe Jackson. He played outfield. He was phenomenal. And my friends, Eric Bennett, dubbed me Shoeless Rob. But since I love shoeless Joe Jackson so much, and over time, I actually was able to transform the Plug Uglies into a stellar championship team, and even with my Caesar's Bowl haircut, was able to win the MVP. So Shoeless Rob just kind of morphed into Shoeless Jew, and at that point in time, I became Shoeless Jew Jackson. And that's the story. That's what we got. We are hoping that my next guest is on. They aren't. So my next guest is not on. That's the story of Shoeless Jew. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to switch gears a little bit. And we're going to go to a segment that I love to call, What Would an Uber Driver Do? That's right. This segment is What Would an Uber Driver Do? What I do is I bring on a comic. Today's comic that we have is going to be Paul Field. also known as No Filter Paul. So that's right. I go by Shua's Jew. No Filter Paul goes by No Filter Paul. I'm going to bring him on, and we're going to play What Would an Uber Driver Do? Are you guys ready for that tonight? And hopefully by the time we get to that segment, we'll be able to get our next guest on. If not, I might have to do the story myself, but we shall see. Oh, they're on, but I'm still going to bring in No Filter Paul, and then I'll bring in our special guest at the end. Are you ready? Hello, Paul. How are you tonight?
Good. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well, Paul. This is Paul. Why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into playing our little game for tonight.
All right. So I'm a comic from the Jersey Shore. I have a stupid name, No Filter Paul, which was given to me because I was quite involved with the Opie and Anthony show on Sirius XM, and Norton gave me this name about 15 minutes after he met me, and that's the story of what I got that name. People ask me why I use this name in comedy. I'm like, why not use a name people's heard of? You know, why would I change it? And it gets me in a few doors. You know, but nearly everywhere I go, somebody says, "Hey, are you the No Filter Paul from O1A?" And I'm like, "Yep." And if that gets me a show, I'm in. So I've been doing stand up for 2.5 years right now. Learned from the greats, being around the O1A show. I got to be around Patrice O'Neill, Norton, Bob Kelly, Rich Voss, all that group. So that's kind of. I wish I'd done it 10 years ago. Norton told me to do it 10 years ago, but I never had the balls. So.
Well, I love performing with you. I love performing with you. I appreciate you being on the show. And, interesting enough, your last name is Field as well. So, it's we're no relation, as you can tell.
Well, I've got my my ancestry DNA test right here. So we're about to find out, in the next few weeks, whether or not I am related to you in some way, Well,
if you are, that would make you a Finkelstein. And you know what? You don't look like a Finkelstein.
Well, I was adopted, so Field is my adopted name. So that makes it even more complicated,
Oh, my God. If you're a brother, I might shoot myself. All right. Are you ready to play our game?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to give you 3 questions. I want you to answer these questions as if you're the Uber driver. Are you ready?
Go ahead, buddy.
You pull up onto a street corner. You see a young woman with her young toddler getting into the car.
My car.
Your car. You are the Uber driver.
Okay.
As you pull up, you see they don't have a car seat, but they're going to get into the car. What do you do?
Stick the kid in the trunk where it can't roll around very much. It's much safer.
That's right. You do want to tie them out.
Paul, if you slam the brakes with the kid in the trunk, he's not going to go very far. But if he's in without a seat, you could go through the window in the front. And that's a real problem because you can't go into your next call with a hole in your windscreen and a baby hanging out of it.
Oh my God. As you can tell, Paul will not be an Uber driver very long. No, Paul, you tell them that they really need a car seat. It's against the law to take them without a car seat. Unfortunately, you respect the ride respectively. God, Paul, you are not getting any tips. All right. Are you ready for your next question?
Sure. Go ahead, man.
All right. You get a call to ride for an Uber. You pull up to this guy who's beside his car and his hood is up. He comes over, you signal, and he said, "Dude, I don't need a ride. I just need a jump. Do you have any jumper cables in your car?" I figure I would just call you because if anyone has jumper cables, it would be an Uber driver.
Yeah, I'm not doing that, man. Because I got business to take care of the rest of the night. And if his electrics on his car is freaked up, you know what I mean? It's going to short my car out. And and how many stars is he going to give me if I blow the battery out of his car because I put the cables on the wrong way around?
Oh, Paul. You know what? I'm so happy that you're a comic.
Would you do that? Would you help someone?
I actually got called to jump someone's car. I did jump them. They tipped me $10 and let me have the ride, which was about $15 just to jump someone's car, which was fine. But yes, one time some guy actually called me up to get a jump. He didn't need a ride anywhere. He just needed his car to get jumped so he can get home.
And he did it through the app. He booked a ride.
And he figured that an Uber driver would have jumper cables. So it was almost ingenious that he would call me, of all people, to see, how to get a jump.
You should be happy you weren't in one of those scary areas because if they said they're going to jump you, that could mean something completely different.
Completely different. All right, Paul, are you ready for your third question? This is going to be a visual question. I hope you're ready for this. We've been talking about names all night. As a good Uber driver, you really want the passenger to say your name before getting into car for safety purposes, and you say theirs just to confirm them and their address that they're going.
Okay.
As I mentioned, some of these names are really difficult to say and mention. So, Paul, what I would like you to do is if you came across this person, how would you say hello to them?
Can I call you douche, or do you want me to call you hacker? Mr. Hacker.
That's right. I just want to let you know, when I had to introduce myself, I looked at them and I said, hi. And I almost said, I'm like, whatever, just get in the car.
Is that's a screen name or a surname?
You know
just
what?
some screen name they made up.
It's just a name that I happen to see.
Oh.
All right, Paul. My one last survey question, which I like asking comics, is this. I ask people in my car, it's during the time of Corona. Ask it any way you like. I know you're married with kids, so you'll have a great answer. You're in a bar, two ladies want to go home with you. One has a coronavirus, one has herpes simplex 2, the one that stays with you forever. Who do you want to go home with?
Both of them. I just put a beekeeping fucking outfit on. Hey, everybody wants a threesome, you know what I mean? That might be, I'm not religious, but that might be God telling you this is your only chance.
It could be. It could be. Paul, I thank you so much. Have a great, everyone. No filter, Paul. Appreciate it. Please, when we go back into shows, see him on Concert. Plus, he's doing a whole bunch of things on live streaming and video, so follow him. And Paul, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Rob. Take care, buddy.
You got it. All right. I hope everyone had a wonderful time tonight. And I'm going to put Tiziana back in the waiting room because it was not working very well. And the last thing that I want to tell everyone is this. Guys, listen, it's not just a wonderful life. It's an uberful life. So anything that we can do with anything, anyone, let's do it. And guys, I hope you have a wonderful, happy, beautiful Mother's Day. Enjoy. Peace out.